Glendale, and Phoenix. Explore the 4 new themes: Bugs Aglow, Colors of Holidays, Rainforest, and Prehistoric Animals, which feature 70 glowing handcrafted lanterns. Enjoy delicious foods and beverages at our food court, explore the interactive lanterns, and complete your visit with a trip to the marketplace where you'll find unique souvenirs. Don't miss this unforgettable holiday experience. Tickets are available now.
Global Credit Union, how can I help you?
It's one of those voice prompts.
Representative! Good morning. How can I help?
Wait, is this a real person?
It's 2 a.m.
We're here to help members 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Impossible.
At Global, possible. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
Fulton Homes celebrates Veterans Day by honoring the Pat Tillman Foundation and their nearly 1,000 Tillman Scholars. Now through Veterans Day, Fulton Homes and the Big Red Radio will honor a different Tillman Scholar and share their story. Fulton Homes is proud to support the Pat Tillman Foundation with a donation in honor of each weekly scholar. The Pat Tillman story is well known, and his principles and service are his true legacy. The Pat Tillman Foundation carries forward that legacy by giving service members, veterans, and military spouses who embody those principles the education, support, and leadership tools they need to reach their fullest potential. This Veterans Day, join Fulton Homes and 98 KUPD as we honor and salute the Pat Tillman Foundation and their Tillman Scholars. For more information on the Fulton Homes Veterans Day Honor Roll, go to 98kupd.com/honor roll and join the salute.
At Winco, we're working to save you money. Every aisle, every department, every day.
9 stores in the Phoenix area, including the new Santan Valley location.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
Hey, happy Football Friday to you here. Lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. A happy Halloween to you as well. The lunch break right here on KDUS AM 1060. You can stream the program. Today feels like a day you're going to want to watch the program over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Producer Evan is behind the glass, ready to take your phone calls, 480-864-1060. We are in the festive spirit. We have both decided to dress up today. And for the audio-only audience, for those of you who are not hanging out with us over on the YouTube side of things, we have decided to take the dress up phrase around Halloween seriously. We are full business attire today. Full suits and everything.
Can I say something?
Please.
You know what I've learned here?
Okay.
When we have this fun decorative background for the YouTube audience,
yes,
I don't think they can see me.
It's funny because I'm pushing buttons over here.
Oh, there I am.
I don't think they can see you.
Yeah, no, so I don't think they can see me.
That's interesting. We're going to have to work on that because we have a festive background up there. You can take the festive background away.
No, I like the festive background.
Yeah, but the people need to see you. Now we don't have a background at all.
Now we don't have anything. All right, we'll keep the festive background. We'll play with it in the break.
We have a very serious business to attend to here today on the show. We got picks to make. I'm already 3 points up to start the week going into Friday. We've got the NFL look ahead to do this hour. Major breaking news around the ASU football program that we'll dive into here today. Programming note, in about 10 minutes, 12 minutes or so from now, the new head basketball coach for ASU women's basketball, Molly Miller, will join the program. We'll talk to her. ASU women's basketball gets started on Monday. You can listen to them right here on KDUS AM 1060. So really looking forward to that conversation with Molly here in about 10 minutes from now. But let's dive right into the top story here today. And even on a football Friday in which they're not playing on Sunday, the Cardinals are our top story.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
It's a question that I don't think we know the answer to right now for us to start the Friday edition of the show. Who is going to start at quarterback on Monday for the Arizona Cardinals? And why will that quarterback be under center for the Cardinals on Monday? Those are the two questions that we don't have answers to right now. Let's take you back to yesterday. Jonathan Gannon meets with the media. He is asked if the team is preparing for Kyler Murray to be their quarterback on Monday. He responds with one word, yeah. We then find out a little bit later on in the day media availability for Kyler Murray, which was scheduled to be yesterday, is canceled. The response from the Cardinals, quote, a Cardinals quarterback will be available later in the week. Not saying that Kyler Murray will be available later on in the week. A Cardinals quarterback will be available later in the week. And then yesterday, in the open portion of practice to the media, it was Jacoby Brissett, not Kyler Murray, working with the first team, working with the number ones in the lead up to Monday night's game. So permission today on Halloween, permission today on a Football Friday to put that tinfoil hat on and wonder what is going on here. Now, producer Evan, there is the more likely option, and then there is the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory option to this as well. Where should we start today? Which of these two scenarios, two paths should we go down first here today on a Friday?
It's Halloween. We got to start with a conspiracy theory.
If that's where you want to start, the conspiracy theory is that the Arizona Cardinals are performing a little bit of a soft benching here of Kyler Murray in favor of Jacoby Brissett, and this foot injury that Kyler has been dealing with over the last couple of weeks, while real, while serious, while something that kept him out the last two games, that they may be using that as a reason to continue to go with Jacoby Brissett without actually having to come out and say we are benching Kyler Murray because of performance. That the offense looked infinitely better. We shared the numbers with you yesterday, 25 points per game, nearly 400 yards of offense. They got down to the red zone more in the two games with Jacoby Brissett. The offense looked way better with Brissett under center in the last 2 weeks against the Colts and against the Packers than it did in the first 5 games of the season with Kyler Murray under center. And the foot injury is kind of a nice cloud to use as cover to make this move. That is the conspiracy theory that I do see floating around on social media, that the Cardinals have benched Kyler Murray. And while I would love to entertain a good sports conspiracy theory today here on a Friday, I think the more likely outcome here is Kyler Murray is still not fully healthy. And the Arizona Cardinals do not want to put a compromised Kyler Murray on the field on Monday. They do not want to put a quarterback on the field that is limited and they can't run their full complement of their offense. I mean, we all agree that Kyler Murray has somewhat of a lower ceiling than some other quarterbacks in the National Football League. His floor also maybe a little bit lower than a lot of other quarterbacks in this league. And so if he's compromised, what does that floor and ceiling then look like? Are you really doing your offense a service by having Kyler Murray out there under center? So it does feel like they are playing it extremely safe, extremely cautious. I would assume we'll get an announcement here later today, producer Evan, on who the starting quarterback for the Cardinals will be. I don't think this will linger into the weekend.
You have to imagine.
I thought we were done with the quarterback controversy. I did not think this was going to be back on the menu, but here we are today, starting the Friday edition of the show. Jacoby Brissett did work with the ones yesterday. We'll have to hear what comes out of practice here today ahead of Monday's game. But yeah, it is a very interesting time down there at the Cardinals facility because I don't know who's starting on Monday. Don't know. And I don't know the reason behind it. Is it the safe option of Kyler is still not 100%. They're taking it very careful. And if he is a limited player at this stage, still coming back from the injury, they don't want to risk it getting worse. And they also don't want to compromise their offense, especially when it did look good the 2 weeks with Jacoby Brissett under center. So you feel like you could push it out another week. That feels like what's really going on here. But the coyness of it, the sort of secrecy of it, the way it went down yesterday in the order of events allowed you to put that tinfoil hat on yesterday.
It was how it was framed that changes everything, right? Had this been 2 weeks of hearing about Kyler may not be good to go on Monday night, okay, nobody thinks twice about it. But because everybody thought he would be good to go on Monday, he was supposed to meet with the media, and then you get a late change. Everything changes behind that. Everything. And that's why this conversation comes to the forefront of what happens for the Cardinals this weekend and on Monday.
Yeah, it creates a lot of intrigue ahead of Monday's game. Who's going to be under center for this team as they start the second half of the year? Because the other part of it, too, is these wins matter. These games matter for Jonathan Gannon. I do think he is under the hot seat here over these final 10 games, and he needs to put the team on the field that he thinks gives the Cardinals the best chance to win. And maybe not for the remainder of the season, it's Jacoby Brissett under center, but with Kyler's injury and him maybe not being 100%, Jacoby Brissett, at least on Monday, might give the Cardinals the best chance to win. And then you open up the door that if they come out of the bye and they do win on Monday with Brissett under center, if they do pull off the upset against the Cowboys, what does our conversation look like on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, in the lead up to the other 9 games that the Cardinals are going to play this season? It does invite a lot of chaos, the fact that we are here on a Friday and we don't know who's starting on Monday for this team.
The conversations are going to run wild all weekend. If you're at a Halloween party, I guarantee you Kyler Murray is going to come up.
I'm sure it will come up here tonight. I'm sure it's coming up at the office today. I'm sure it will be a topic of conversation all throughout the weekend, especially if we find out that the team is going to Jacoby Brissett on Monday for whatever reason. If it is that Kyler is still banged up and he isn't 100%, doesn't matter. You're coming out of the bye. The expectation the entire time, remember, Adam Schefter reported on Monday that the expectation was that Kyler Murray was going to return for the Arizona Cardinals. We are here on a Friday, and it is not as certain as it was on Monday. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. A jam-packed show for you here. We got the NFL look-ahead coming up. We've got picks to make in hour number 2 of the program. More on ASU and their football side of things. Sam Leavitt done for the year. We'll talk about that as well in hour number 2. But when we come back, their season starts on Monday. The new head coach of ASU women's basketball, Molly Miller, will join us next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
Shohei Ohtani had 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They also walked him 5 times, 4 intentionally. They've gotten to the point where he's getting Bonds treatment. I want you to pitch in shame. If you're going to intentionally walk him, I want you to throw the 4 pitches that look silly because you don't want to face him. I don't want it to be, hey, we're going to walk him and I point him to first base. Nope. I want you to acknowledge that you can't get him out and you throw those 4 pitches.
Live Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and the KDUS 1060 app.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Nitro Circus is back with the all-new Off the Rails Tour. World-class daredevils and FMX, BMX, skate, scooter, and more. Jaw-dropping stunts, high-flying tricks, and never-been-done showdowns. Friday, December 5th, Desert Diamond Arena. Visit Ticketmaster.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Does your student struggle in a traditional school setting? For nearly 25 years, Primavera Online has helped Arizona K-12 students thrive with an accredited tuition-free education from home. Learn more at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Pretty much everybody outside the Blue Jays clubhouse just assumed the repeat for the Dodgers, except everybody inside the Jays clubhouse thought they were the best team in baseball. And with LA suddenly and shockingly on the brink of elimination, the Jays might be right. The Dodgers picked a really bad time to have a really bad time. The freaking World Series, a bad time not to be able to put the bat on the ball. Don't get me wrong, Toronto has something to do with that, especially rookie Trey Savage, who was revolting in Game 5. But, well, we knew those arsonists in the Dodgers bullpen were going to be a problem. Nobody thought their bats would be too. Toronto has been trying to tell us all year long they're the best team in baseball, but nobody would listen. And now they're a game away from going all Shaq with it and saying, tell me how my tastes.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
I'm Jim Rome. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old, so don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today, use the code ROME, and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROME on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KDUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
This is what I mean when I say that was a collapse for the ages. An all-time tank job. Not only did the Giants lead 19-0 going into the fourth quarter, they scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and they still lost. The Giants were 99.8% to win that game, according to ESPN. But according to the Broncos, the number was actually 0.0%.
Here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The ASU women's basketball season gets underway starting on Monday, 6:30. Tip, 6 o'clock pre. You can listen to ASU women's basketball all season long right here on KDUS AM 1060. The Voice, Jeff Munn, will have you on Monday. We have a very special guest here on the program because ahead of that Monday night season opener, the new head basketball coach for ASU women's basketball, Molly Miller, joins us here on the program. Molly, a happy Friday to you. Are the nerves starting to build in anticipation of Monday?
I think it's more excitement than nerves. I'm really pleased where we've come from in the past 4 months, putting a team together that no one really knew each other. I'd not coached one of these kids, and they bought into the system really, really fast. So to see it come to all fruition, it's going to be really exciting on Monday night when we tip off.
And you said something there that I do want to dive in with you on, because you mentioned that you hadn't coached any of these players before. And in college sports in particular, when coaches make a move, there's this expectation that all of their players come with them in the transfer portal. It's just how we're primed as fans who watch these programs, or we see the news of a coach going somewhere. In this era of the transfer portal, those players go with them. This feels very unique. What type of challenge was that, having all these unfamiliar faces?
Well, it was pretty sore after practices because I had to be the demonstrator sometimes when typically I could get a vet in there to demonstrate what I mean and the brand of the basketball and technique. But it was fun. I think for me, it was just this new, fresh, like everyone was on a clean slate. And that's what I told my kids. I said, I have no preconceived notions of coaching you. I don't know what you're doing off the court, on the court. So you have this unique opportunity to write your own story, and every single person is at the same starting line. It's not like they're coming in and playing behind a depth chart of someone that's played for me for 2 years. So I think that's been really exciting. What it's added to practice is competitiveness, because everyone is at the same starting spot, and it's added buy-in because I'm very matter of fact with our kids. This is what I want and what I want it to look like. And if you're doing it, then you can contribute. If not, you're going to miss out on some opportunities to be able to help us on the court. So I think that dynamic actually helped, is not having anyone that's played under me, just in terms of what it takes to be able to buy into a system at this kind of rapid pace, and then be able to showcase their skills in the system, but also understand what I want and need from them.
After all of the introductory media that you do, the press conferences, the sit down videos with Jeff Munn, the voice of Sun Devil basketball here on the radio, what is the first thing you do when taking on a challenge, a project like this, going from one place to another? I think as fans, people who watch sports, we don't actually understand the work that is required when you get to someplace new. What is that like? What is the first thing you do?
Yeah, well, you got to hire a staff of people around you, because as frantic as I worked and as tireless as it became, the long days, I needed people around me to help build this thing. So that was kind of my first mic drop moment, because I hired some unbelievable assistants. And I actually say they're probably head coaches that assist and not assistants, because every single one of my staff members could probably be a head coach. And so I wanted to put people around me. I don't have to have, the biggest voice or an ego in the room. I want to augment my strengths and offset my weaknesses. And I did that. And once I got a staff in place, you just hit the ground running in recruiting. I mean, we had about 14 recruits in about 2 weeks, and we got about 8 of them. So our batting average, a little World Series nod there, was pretty good. And we became a school of choice in the portal. But my staff, I joke all the time. I say our pants are still on fire. We're just going at this thing and hustling. But you had to get a staff, you had to get a roster, and then the schedule was kind of those 3 main pieces. And in between there, you had to onboard, right? Pick your health insurance benefits.
Right. How hard is it to recruit when you are also learning a lot about the program, the institution, the university, the people that work in the building? Because at the end of the day, you're a salesperson. You're trying to sell a young athlete, their family, on why ASU should be their place. And you're also kind of learning it with them. Is that a benefit, or does it create a kind of a challenge?
Yeah, it creates a little bit of a bond. Some of these tours, I said, all right, we're taking this tour together. Like, I'm learning as you're learning. And it kind of created a little instant connection. The thing I most kind of pushed in front of these recruits is the style of play. Tempe in Arizona is pretty easy to sell itself. I mean, here we are in 75 and sunny in the fall and winter. And I hashtagged pipeline to paradise. So when you can come play in a destination spot, that's an easy sell. But really what we did last year at Grand Canyon and the brand, you're just showing them what it looks like on both sides of the ball. We were top 25 in the country in assists and field goal percentage and steals and turnovers forced. So that is a really fun brand of basketball for these transfers to be able to come into and play right away. So it's just talking about my vision for them, and then the brand that we're going to play and the product we're going to put on the court. And that was that's what I led with. And that's what these transfers appreciate, because everything else, high school recruiting is so different from portal recruiting. I need the portal kids like in and out in 24 hours. It's very matter of fact. The high school kids are asking, what's the student to teacher ratio? And all these questions that are different from a kid that's already been through it, knows what they want. So it was pretty quick and to the point, matter of fact, but really enjoyed that process and had a lot of success in the portal.
How different is program building, say now, maybe even over the last 2 years compared to, say, a decade ago? What differences, what challenges are there to building a program, building a culture in this new era of NIL and the transfer portal and all of the, I don't want to say issues, but the conflicts that come up with that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I always say the best ability for a player is availability. I think the best ability for a coach is just being able to pivot and move. Reliability, and for me, I've got to make sure these kids know that once they're here, they're going to be taken care of, because you have to retain your roster now. I think that's a big piece of it, is the retention. We've always had a great culture. I think that's kind of easy for me. I'm genuine. My players don't have to guess what I'm thinking. We can have these honest conversations, but I'm really going to push them. I think the best players want to be pushed. So adaptability for a coach in this environment is really important. And we're just adapting and trying to navigate it just like everyone else, but we still lead with the relationship piece and the ability to make an impact. Probably the biggest commodity that I have right now to offer recruits is playing time. because we are building this thing. So if a freshman is coming and she's leading with confidence instead of fear of being able to come in and play right away, then we want them a part of our team. And I think that's a commodity right now that a lot of players are excited about, is they can come in and make a difference as we build this thing and be a part of what's about to explode here in Tempe from a women's basketball program standpoint.
Let's talk about this year and this team. What is your message? And I know this is an open-ended question, so take it wherever you want. What should Sun Devil fans expect to see from this team this year?
I can't wait to show them the product on Monday, because it is this relentless style. We're flying around, but it's with purpose. I think the best compliment that I've gotten from my peers is, how do you get your kids to play so hard? I get that question a lot from the coaches in the industry. And part of me is a head scratcher. Like, what do you mean? This is just like who we are. We do this at practice every single day. We build the habit. So playing hard is a non-negotiable staple in our program, and the fans will appreciate how hard we play. The other thing they'll really appreciate is our ability to share the basketball, put the team, I always say we before me, the team first approach. We were third in the country last year at Grand Canyon in field goal percentage. That's because we passed up a good shot to get a great shot. And we're not going to have that one or two players that gets the majority of the shot. We're putting each player in the best position. So you have a lot of people contributing on the floor. And the last thing I'll say, they'll see I've coined this word, Benergy. It's bench energy. So that's our team on the sideline, rooting for each other, getting excited for one another, cheering for one another. So I need everyone out there watching to give us some Benergy. That energy to play with on the court really fuels us. So it's going to be a fun brand of basketball to watch.
Coach, I know you're extremely busy ahead of Monday's game. We appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. We hope to do this throughout the course of the season. Good luck on Monday, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thanks so much. This was fun. Can't wait for season.
That's the head basketball coach of ASU women's basketball, Molly Miller. They are joining us on the lunch break. Their season, again, gets underway, starts on Monday. You can listen to the games right here on KDUS AM 1060, 6 o'clock pre, a 6:30 tip. Jeff Munn on the call, or you can be a part of the bench energy that Coach Miller wants to have out there.
Yeah, that's how you build a culture.
Oh, you as fans, you just become part of the culture. You create chaos in the seats. Yes.
Yeah,
that's great.
That is how you build a culture. We're seeing that with the Suns.
I was fascinated by how easy she said culture comes for her. I thought that was a very interesting part of that conversation, that she felt like that was, despite it being a very trendy buzzword and something that gets talked about a lot in sports, she felt like very comfortable in what she's doing here. And let's face it, she is coming in here because the previous regime didn't meet the expectations. So there are some built up expectations around this program that she's trying to fill, and she feels extremely confident. So very much looking forward to talking with her throughout the course of the season.
I think it's interesting that you said that too. That stuck out to me. Culture comes easy, right? Is exactly what she said there. I feel like every coach you've ever seen kind of take over a program or, a team, organization, whatever it may be, has talked about, hey, we're going to build our culture. It may take some time, but we're going to implement this culture, and you see it maybe slowly over time.
Mm-hmm.
For her, she seems confident we're going to see it from the jump. And look at it for the Suns. They're trying to build a new culture. I think we've seen flashes of it, and then I think we've seen it drop, and maybe them being the Suns of old. But we see flashes of that new culture. For me, hearing her makes me feel confident they're going to come out and play a new brand of basketball right away.
Yeah. And she also made it very clear, like, I don't know any of you. All of these players are new. There's no preconceived notion of who's going to start, who's going to get playing time. It's a meritocracy. This is going to be earned. And that can be a benefit to a team that's just starting out, that's trying to build something here in Tempe. I will tell you, and she was obviously on the phone. She was not joining us via video. It did feel kind of foolish asking the questions I was asking with the suit on. Like, I felt like I was prepared to do like a hard-hitting journalism interview when we were just talking, sports. Felt very odd to me.
Talking hoops.
We're just talking hoops, right? And the suit made me feel like I had to be like very professional in the way that I asked questions. It was.
You don't think it was a sideline hit?
No, I didn't.
Listen, Ken Rosenthal is going to be out there dressed exactly like you tonight doing the World Series.
It's a great point by you. That's an excellent point. With a bow tie, too. I am rocking a bow tie.
Yeah.
It's a great point by you. 480-864-1060 if you want to join us here today on the program. You can also join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. We do want to hear from you today. Team listener going to need somebody in hour number 2 of the program to play against the show in the picks. When we come back, we go around the NFL. It's our Week 9 preview. We call it the NFL Look Ahead, and we'll do it next. It's the Lunch Break, KDUS AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
Oklahoma City taking out everybody on their way to a championship. One of the youngest, I think the average is 26 years old, Rich. As long as they have the Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan gene, or at least one person on that team, hopefully it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They have a chance. And listen, it's human nature to be the best and think, I'll be the best again. And then you fall short. I'm going to say Oklahoma City will not go back-to-back.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Every day begins with the promise of something new. A new perspective, a fresh start. At Banner Health, right here, right now, we're pioneering new ways to treat cancer with our own immune systems. We're among the first to treat Parkinson's with a patient's own cells. And we're a world leader in artificial heart implantation, all while training over 1,300 doctors every year. Impressive, right? It's just another Banner day. Banner Health.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
We believe everyone deserves access to fresh food. That's why the Kroger Company created the Zero Hunger, Zero Waste program to share fresh food with the people in our communities. Our program and foundations have donated 3 billion meals since 2017. That's nearly 10 meals for every person in the U.S. Together, we can do more for our neighbors. Just round up your purchase at checkout. Fries, fresh for everyone.
It's frustrating when people intervene on you, but they have problems of their own. It's like when someone sends you a text, but the text comes from their email address. I hate this. Your name at iCloud, they FaceTime you from their email address? Are you calling on a child's iPad?
Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Celebrity Theater, Friday, March 6th. Tickets on sale now at etix.com.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art. Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's, but that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Another season of ASU women's basketball starts right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils Monday, November 3rd as they begin their 2025-26 season against Coppin State. With new head coach Molly Miller, ASU looks to reach new heights on the court. Join Jeff Munn on the call live this Monday night. Pregame starting at 6 p.m. and tip-off at 6:30 right here on KDUS AM 1060, online at KDUS1060.com, and streamed on the KDUS 1060 app.
Thanks again to the head basketball coach over at ASU Women's Basketball, Molly Miller, for joining us ahead of their season opener on Monday. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's Halloween. You got a game on Monday you're getting prepared for. So to give us a couple of minutes was very nice. appreciate that. We hope to talk to her throughout the course of the season because, again, we are the home for ASU women's basketball. So looking forward to chatting with her throughout the course of her first year here in Tempe. It is time to go around the NFL. Week 9, the NFL look ahead. Your tour guide for the NFL look ahead is producer Evan. Where are we going today on the NFL look ahead?
Well, we'll start with the market.
Oh, yes, because we are businessmen. That's correct.
Yes,
we are dressed as businessmen today.
The S&P
yes.
up.
By the way,
the NASDAQ
hold
up.
on. Quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. We are not offering any financial
Zero
advice here.
The Dow, all up today. Everything's up. Good day for the market.
We'll keep an eye on that throughout the course of the program. Great day for the market. A lot of green in the stock market. Okay, where are we going in the NFL?
We start with a battle of the Bears versus a group of Tigers. Bears at Bengals. In the 11 a.m. window, we get an extra hour this weekend. Bears minus 2.5 on the road in Cincinnati.
It does feel like a game that the Bears need in order to keep their season on the tracks. Feels like if you lose this to a Bengals team that just lost to the Jets the week prior, you're not going anywhere this season. I think it will certainly start to raise questions about Caleb Williams. Not so much about Ben Johnson, I think, in year one, but you lose this game, you're favored in it. That would drop you to, 4-4 at that point?
Yeah, you'd go back to 4-4.
I think the season gets off the rails if you lose this one. For the Bengals, I think your season was done after you lost last week. But if I thought that the Baltimore Ravens were still in the mix with 5 losses, I can't say that you're completely out of it. So you kind of need this one as well.
The Vikings travel to play the Detroit Lions in Detroit in a battle of the NFC North. Detroit, 9.5-point favorites at home.
J.J. McCarthy returning for the Minnesota Vikings. He'll be under center playing quarterback. This feels like a game to me where Detroit just needs to take care of business. You're at home. You're facing a Vikings team that is not playing good football. J.J. McCarthy is coming back off of this injury. How rusty is he coming off of this injury? Didn't look great in the small sample size that we got at the beginning of the year. Again, you're at home. You're big favorites. This is a game where you don't play with your food. Take care of business against a division rival. Get to 7-2, and let's move on. Do not mess around and allow the Vikings to be in this game late in the fourth quarter.
Great news for the Panthers. Bryce Young back this week. He'll start Sunday as they travel to Lambeau Field to take on the 5-1-1 Packers in Green Bay. Packers, 12.5-point favorites. You can imagine where I lean on this line.
The good news for you, yes, is Bryce Young that is back. The bad news, you have to go to Lambeau and face Green Bay, I think the best team in the NFC, and a quarterback who should be talked about in the MVP conversation in Jordan Love. That's your prize for getting Bryce Young back. You see where I'm leaning in this game.
Yeah. Are you going to use a pick on that one?
I don't think so.
I don't think I will as well. The Chargers travel to Tennessee to take on the 1-7 Titans. Who did the Titans beat this year?
It'll be the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, forgot about that. The 1-7 Titans, 9.5-point dogs at home against the Chargers.
That is a 11 a.m. game, yes?
Yes. Still in the 11 a.m. window.
Yeah, you know what we're setting up for. West Coast team coming east, playing that early game.
If the Chargers go out there and Charger this one,
could be an upset.
Season over for them.
I did, my notes here say don't mess around against the worst team in football because it really is that simple. This is the worst team in the sport.
Certainly.
This shouldn't be competitive, but West Coast team coming east to play that early game does invite the chaos. But to your point, don't Charger this thing.
No.
Just don't do it.
Just go in, handle your business.
It's the Lions conversation. The Lions are at home. But in this case, just go take care of business on the road, please.
Yeah, have to. Falcons, the most confusing team in the NFL.
My goodness.
Travel north to New England, take on the Patriots. New England, 5.5 points at home.
I'm watching last night's game, and I'm thinking to myself, Atlanta lost to this team?
I know.
Atlanta
got walloped
by this team. This team that I'm watching get boat raced by the Ravens.
Yeah, some would say that Miami schmammered the Falcons last week.
I don't know if I have that drop. I don't know where it is on the board. It's somewhere. and you lost to that Miami team, and you expect me to pick you on the road in Foxborough against Drake May and the New England Patriots? Not happening. Spoiler alert, one of my 3 plays.
The 49ers travel to New York to take on the Giants. Niners, 2.5-point favorites on the road in the Meadowlands.
Who starts for San Francisco? A big question mark. And who helps Jackson Dart out? Malik Neighbors already gone with a season-ending injury. Cam Scatterbo now finds himself on the shelf as well. What does this offense look like? Everybody thinks Jackson Dart is the franchise quarterback there in New York. The early returns are good. Boy, if he can look good with this supporting cast that he has in the face of all these injuries, he's going to cement himself as the long-term answer there in New York. So I'm very intrigued. You don't have to win the game. You just need Jackson Dart to look good. And if he looks good with this cast of characters, no offense to the skill position group with the Giants, but it's not great.
It's bad.
If he's able to look good with this group, it'd be very impressive.
No, that's been the most impressive point, is how well Dart has played given Malik Neighbors not being out there. And while Cam Scatterbo has been good in that running game, has probably taken a little bit of the load off, the receiver room for the Giants is lackluster comparatively to the rest of the NFL. And he's still putting up numbers. He still looks good in that offense. Does it continue without Cam Scatterbo, who is kind of taking a little bit of weight off of him? Now it all falls onto Jackson Dart's shoulders.
I'd agree. I would agree with that. And if he is able to lift everybody else up around him, then you start to go to our truck and trailer conversation.
Boy, you think you have something in
You think you have a truck, right?
Yeah.
You think you have a guy that you then do everything in your power this offseason to build around. You're aggressive in a pursuit of a second wide receiver. You're aggressive in pursuit of building a new offensive line. You're aggressive in keeping your defense the players like Brian Burns, players like Kayvon Thibodeau, players like Abdul Carter, you prioritize making sure that those guys are healthy, ready to go for you next season. So, yeah, all eyes on Jackson Dart there in New York.
The 7-1 Colts take Indiana Jones and head to Pittsburgh for their next quest. Steelers at home are 3.5-point underdogs against the Colts.
Well, Indiana Jones is facing you. My question is, does Jonathan Taylor rush for 3 rushing touchdowns again this week? Because he's done it like 3 times already this season.
Yeah, he might. He already has 12 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know that there are people that are trying to do the Jonathan Taylor is the MVP of the league conversation. Stop thinking that anybody other than a quarterback is going to win the MVP award. I'm with you. I want to reward these great seasons. We have been shown time and time again it's not happening. The Offensive Player of the Year award will go to Jonathan Taylor more than likely, but he is not winning MVP. He'll get some votes, but he's not winning the MVP.
LaDainian Tomlinson, obviously the 31 touchdown season. Currently, Jonathan Taylor got to pick it up, on pace for 25.5.
So that's not going to get it done.
I just don't think that record will ever be broken.
31 touchdowns
is insane.
In a set, if we go to an 18th game, you would need 2 touchdowns a game, gets you to 36. That's a tough pace in today's NFL for a running back to. You just get beat up so much. Yeah, I don't know if it gets broken.
To stay healthy and now with the way quarterbacks run too, it becomes more of
Jonathan Taylor on the short list of people that I would pick to do it.
100%.
But I don't know if he will.
100%. Broncos travel to Houston to take on the Texans in what could be a really interesting game this week. Texans looking to get back to 4-4. Broncos looking to stay high. Houston is a 1.5-point favorite at home.
Do you remember the other week when Denver played Dallas? And I said, we're going to learn nothing from that game. I think this is the opposite. This is the game where Denver, you want me to believe in you? You win this game. Houston, you want me to think that what you've done over the last couple of weeks is your reemergence in the AFC? You win this football game. I think we learn a lot on Sunday from these 2 teams.
It does feel like if you're the Texans and you win this and you get back to 4-4, you don't hit the panic button anymore. And if you're the Broncos and you fall to 6-3, okay, now we're fighting an uphill battle to win this division. We're in the driver's seat right now. I don't want to lose my grasp on it.
I agree.
Jaguars travel to Las Vegas to take on the 2-5 Raiders. Jags are 2.5-point favorites on the road. Got to beat the Raiders.
I really don't know what to do with this game. It does feel like we're starting to see the Raiders kind of crumble here. And the team's got talent. mean, the team have an otherworldly tight end who should be back on Sunday in Brock Bowers. They drafted a all-world running back in the first round of last year's draft. They have a top 5 edge rusher in the sport. Like, this is not a team that should be performing this poorly with this coach. Like, this coach should have them ready to go. And it feels like there's just something missing. And so I wonder if Jacksonville is able to take advantage of that here over the weekend.
The 1-7 Saints with Tyler Shuck at the helm traveled to L.A. to take on the Rams. Rams, 14.5-point favorites at home against the 1-7 Saints.
Zero respect from the sports books for Tyler Shuck. Zero. None whatsoever. This is all about the Tyler Shuck era, right? If you're New Orleans, this is all about these final couple of games. I'm evaluating what I have in this kid that I invested a day 2 pick in because I got to know. I have to know if it's worth it for a team that has a bit of a cap crisis on their hands. If it is worth it to start investing in pieces around him, or if I need to keep all my free cash, all of my draft capital, because I need to go out and get a franchise quarterback. You got to try to start to put the answer together. I don't think you're going to be able to answer it with, 8 or 9 games left in the season, but you can at least start to put the puzzle together. You can start to fit the border pieces right on the outside of the picture. You can start to see what this looks like. And so that's what this is about for New Orleans starting on Sunday.
The game of the day on CBS. Chiefs travel to Buffalo in what has become a classic matchup over the last few years. Chiefs, 1.5-point favorites on the road in Buffalo.
The battle for a spot in the Schubert scale. As outlined yesterday, we both had the Chiefs as an honorable mention, and they're playing a Bills team that we have just on the fringes. So a chance for the Chiefs to knock the Bills out and get themselves into the Schubert scale. Doesn't it feel like if Kansas City wins this game, it will prove that they're back? And boy,
if they lose.
If they win, what is the conversation in Buffalo on Monday? This feels like the one time the Chiefs are gettable. And if you don't do it this time, are you ever going to be able to beat that team?
I do feel like they always win the regular season.
They do,
game.
And then they always lose the postseason matchup.
Yeah.
Now, if you lose this week,
conversation starts.
I'm going to have a tough time picking you to come out of the AFC then.
It's going to be hard for a lot of people. Seahawks on Sunday night traveled to Washington to take on the Commanders, who will have Jaden Daniels back. We'll be rocking the Super Bowl era jerseys, they're calling them. And they are 2.5-point dogs to the Seahawks at home. Feels like a must-win for the Commanders.
Jaden Daniels back for Washington. They will not have Terry McLaurin. I just want to see something from this Washington team that makes me think that they can turn it around. It is a stop and start mentality all season long for this team. Every time you think they're going to start to build some positive momentum, an injury pops up that derails them. Getting Jaden Daniels back, we know what type of difference maker he is at the position. That can help. You've got to start with this game on Sunday. You're at home. You are welcoming in a good Seattle team. If you can win this game, you're going to start to convince some people that you can go on that run now that you have your quarterback healthy back under center. For Seattle, if you win this game, you just keep on rolling through the NFC. And I got to tell you, you win this game, I think people, myself included, are going to start to take this team more seriously as a team that can make noise in the postseason. That is your Week 9 NFL look ahead. Now, producer Evan, we're getting some shout outs in the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. Matthew said, got Clark Kent in the producer seat today. And then Brian says, tip of the cap to Chris for keeping the memory of the great Pee Wee Herman alive, which I don't really appreciate. It's the bow tie. The bow tie is what does it.
It is.
I don't like wearing a traditional tie. I wear bow ties, got married in a bow tie, did not wear a traditional tie when I got married. I wore a bow tie. I like bow ties. I like them.
Can I say something?
No, sure.
I had to look up Pee Wee Herman.
480-864-1060 is the phone number. When we come back, it is a little buy or sell. The hottest takes in the Valley. I'm either buying or selling them next. It's the lunch break. KDUS, AM 1060.
Ready to tackle each morning with the best sports information coming at you?
I'm going to take a logical approach.
Get that weekday mornings on KDUS AM 1060 from 6 to 9 a.m. with the Dan Patrick Show. Dan Patrick, the Danettes, sports icons, sports legends. celebrities, poll questions. The Dan Patrick Show has it all.
It's a crapshoot.
Be sure to lock your dials to AM 1060 or 100.7 HD2 from 6 to 9 a.m. Mornings just got better.
This story is about us.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
Who is Farm Bureau Financial Services? At our core, we're relationship builders. We're home and auto bundlers, life insurers, farm and ranch protectors, and retirement planners. We're neighbors, community members, and friends. We're the people you can count on now and for years to come. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
This is the sound of Jack buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
This holiday season, elevate your event at Talking Stick Resort. From breathtaking views and a world-class golf course to 113,000 square feet of flexible event space, every detail sets the stage for an unforgettable holiday party. Whether it's cocktails under the stars or a fully produced banquet with state-of-the-art AV, Talking Stick has it all. Plus a luxurious spa for next-day recovery. Secure your celebration today. Talking Stick Resort, Scottsdale's premier destination for celebration. Life well played.
James Out West, your desert destination for sports here in the Valley.
And LSU said, yeah, we've had enough. They've had enough of the experience of Brian Kelly losing 3 out of the last 4, and 2 of which he lost to his coordinator. They were ex-coordinators of him. And the last 3 coaches they've had, they've all won national championship within 4 years. Coach O did it. Les Miles did it. Nick Saban did it. Brian Kelly did not. You out. Now the question is who they bring in.
Back Coach O.
Can't wait to see who that's going to be. No, I think he burned in bridges.
Every other Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
I got to tell you, Producer Evan, I don't know how people do this every day. I don't know how people wear a suit every day.
It's not that bad.
This is really not comfortable. I think the jacket's a little tight too. I think this is not what I wore to get married in. I was gonna wear that suit, which was blue. It was not clean, so that was not available.
Yeah, I also just imagine you wearing your wedding suit 2 weeks after to work. Probably didn't go over well in the house.
No, actually, the only thing my wife said about it was it's just dirty. Totally on board with me wearing the suit.
Okay.
Totally on board. Just was like, you can't wear that one because it's dirty unless you're okay with wearing a dirty suit. Because we try to get it dry clean. Whole big thing, really. It was not clean. It was not in a state of cleanliness when I was planning this last night.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like your suit. I think the bow tie goes with it well.
Thank you. And I have a plethora of them. This is the one that I selected. This was the backup wedding bow tie. We had 2. We had this one, and we had, because this one is a clip-on bow tie. We had the other one, which was a real bow tie.
Did you tie it for your wedding?
So
I imagine.
So we brought both.
Okay.
And we said, if I can't tie this or nobody in my group can tie this, we have the backup that's basically the same color. We were able to get the other one tied, ready to go.
Oh, awesome.
It was great.
I've never tied a bow tie.
I hadn't either. My best friend, he had done it. He was like, I'll do it. Great.
Perfect.
It's fantastic.
Yep. All right, let's get into it.
Yes.
Sam Leavitt will come back for another year at ASU.
Oh, man. If you're just joining us and you haven't seen the news of the day, Sam Leavitt is out for the remainder of the season. He's going to have season-ending surgery on the foot injury that has derailed his season this year. And the chuckle that I just gave is because I have no clue. And we're going to talk about this at the top of the hour. I have no idea what the future, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic right now. I don't know what the future of ASU football looks like.
It's really cloudy now.
It is extremely nervy right now to be a Sun Devil alum and to be a Sun Devil football fan. So I'm going to, what's the take? He's going to be back
Leavitt
next season?
will come back for another year at ASU.
At ASU is the key part there. I will buy it. I will buy the take.
That's like taking, that's like taking the confident pick instead of taking the field. I feel like typically you're a field taker.
The field there is he comes back to play someplace else. He declares for the NFL draft, right? And there's more options on that end of the ledger. I think he comes back.
I love that. Would love to see him back in the maroon and gold. The way the offense has played under Jacoby Brissett is totally factoring in the Cardinals' decision.
I'm going to sell this. I think this is more about the injury right now, and they don't want to put a compromised Kyler Murray on the field because at his best, we think Kyler Murray is what? QB 12 to QB 16 in the league?
Yeah.
If he's compromised with a foot injury, that's going to take away his ability to scramble a little bit, to extend plays, to keep drives alive with his legs. What is he then? QB 20 to 25? He's not your typical traditional gunslinger pocket passer type, right? And so him needing to be that player because he's nursing this injury doesn't do him any favors, but it doesn't do the team any favors. So I do think that this is an injury-based thing and that they want to make sure that that foot is 100%, that he can be every bit of the player that the Cardinals need him to be to put him under center. I think this is more injury-based than it is performance-based. Right now, at least.
The Suns will make it out of the NBA Cup group stage.
This is tough. I don't know if you've seen the group.
Their group is Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, Sacramento, and Utah.
Utah, who they play tonight in their opener of their NBA Cup matchups. We're going to talk about that in hour number 2. We're going to say, should you care about the NBA Cup for the Phoenix Suns starting tonight? I will sell this. I do not think they'll win the group. Unless you're just going to catch, let me see when they play these teams.
Do you have to win the group?
You have to win the group, or you need to be the best runner-up in your conference. So there's the
4 teams make it.
4 teams from each conference make it.
3 winners and a wild card.
Right. There's the 3 groups. So you either win your group or you're the best runner-up.
Got it.
And I'm looking at the schedule right now. The Suns don't play any of their cup games as the second night of a back-to-back, so that's good. I don't know if that is the case for any of the other teams because, if you catch Oklahoma City where they're in the middle of a long stretch, do they pick that game against you to not try? I don't know. I don't know what other team strategies are going to be because you're going to have to beat Sacramento and Utah, right? And then you're going to have to steal one against Minnesota or Oklahoma City to even have a chance. And I don't even know if 3-1 will get it done because the tiebreaker, I believe, is your point differential in those cup games. So 3-1 may not get it done. So I will sell that they win the group.
Last one. Had to do it. Halloween is a top 5 holiday.
Oh, sell. This is the easiest take you've ever given me. No, this is a sell. Do you want to do the list?
I would like you to give me a quick list.
Thanksgiving number 1.
I agree.
4th of July number 2.
Okay.
Christmas 3rd.
Okay.
Got to think of 2 more that go in.
See, I like St. Patty's Day.
St. Patrick's Day is a good candidate. I love Memorial Day. Memorial Day weekend is great.
It's a good one.
Valentine's Day.
I enjoy Labor Day. Labor Day kind of kick off of football, end of summer. I don't mind that area of the year, right around my birthday.
Those are all great things.
Yeah.
Those are all great things. Hour number 1 of the program in the books. Hour number 2, Sam Leavitt out for the rest of the season. What does his future and the future of ASU football look like? It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
My name is Mary Grace. I lost my mom to Alzheimer's in 2017. And 2 months after losing her, my dad was diagnosed. The earlier the diagnosis you have, the more time you have with your loved one. With my dad, now that I know what's coming, I'm able to create memories not only for him, but for myself. Though when he can't remember, I'll remember for him.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
The Hondo Rodeo Fest is back November 7th through the 9th at Chase Field. 3 nights of World Championship Rodeo and 3 nights at the hottest country of rock, Kid Rock.
Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
Jason Aldean.
Oh, come on, whiskey drink.
Nickelback.
You remind me of what I really am.
John Party.
Might have a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown tonight.
Riley Green and Treaty Oak Revival. Don't wait, this is your last chance to be a part of the fun. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now at Ticketmaster.com. When the dirt settles, the stage explodes with music's biggest names, all in one arena. One weekend, one unforgettable experience. Time is running out. Buy your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, visit thehondoRodeoFest.com. That's thehondoRodeoFest.com.
To everyone coming down the day, your wait is finally over.
The salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer and pumpkin spice shake are back at Culver's for a limited time. And because nothing beats the real thing, every scoop of fresh frozen custard is made with farm fresh dairy, and every bite is filled with real pumpkin puree. So come visit us at Culver's or order ahead in the app or online and fall in love with these pumpkin desserts all over again.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who believes in magic, let our team member Teppy tell you how we do it at Culver's.
We're not talking about card tricks or disappearing acts. Wow. This is the kind of magic that transforms real farm fresh dairy into world-class Wisconsin cheese. We're talking about Midwest magic. It's about handcrafting every meal with love, because at Culver's, we want every bite to be turned into a smile. Order ahead in the app or online and come taste the magic for yourself.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Got hail damage or any damage? Dynasty Collision is here to help, and we're even covering part of your deductible. Thousands are skipping repairs because of cost, but you don't have to. Call Dynasty Collision today, 602-529-3304. That's 602-529-3304.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert with you. Thanks for hanging out with us today on the show. Producer Evans on the other side of the glass. We're going to need to hear from you later on this hour. Team listener, we're going to need a representative to play against us in the Pick'em contest. It hasn't been going well for Team Listener. They did pick up a win last week, though, with Matthew. So somebody will have to step up to try to keep the ball rolling this week for the program. We're getting some mixed reviews for the costumes today, Producer Evan. Code says that it looks like we're going to hit the chat with a major math test or something. I don't ever remember seeing a teacher wear anything closely resembling what I'm wearing today. Did you ever have a teacher that wore a full suit to school?
Totally dress shirt, tie. Full suit, I don't know.
Right. These type of pants, which, by the way, I think I'm wearing. I don't think these pants go with this jacket now that I'm looking at this. I think I picked the wrong pants out of the closet this morning. These are 2 different shades of gray.
Oh, no. Nobody's noticed.
No, I mean, apparently everyone just decided to take Halloween off. Second, we're like, there's 3 people dressed up.
Yeah,
we're 2 of the 3.
We are going. Yeah, the other one is our coworker Rudy,
who's dressed up like a hot dog. So, I mean, apparently I missed the memo that we were not participating in Halloween this year.
And apparently last year you were the only one that didn't dress up.
I kind of copped out a little bit because I had to coach softball that night, so I just wore my coaching gear, and I had the baseball sunglasses and my hat and my coaching shirt on. So I just went as a softball coach.
It's not
So
bad.
I did dress up. But nobody is dressed up today. Nobody. Our boss walked by. The boss of the building walked by. Kind of just looked at us like, what are you guys doing? I mean, it's Halloween. What do we... Even me. I earlier in the week said I don't dress up.
It's bad
and I dressed up.
when everybody's looking at us.
Yeah, it hasn't been great today. Hasn't been great. What is also not great, Sam Leavitt out for the remainder of the season. Kenny Dillingham, I saw Pete Thamel report it. I know Kenny Dillingham said it on his weekly radio hit this morning as well. Sam Leavitt done for the year. He's going to have season-ending foot surgery. And just by saying that news out loud, an entire can of worms gets open. And I think we start with the remainder of this season because that's front of mind. The team still has, 4 games to go? Iowa State, Colorado, West Virginia, and U of A are the 4 games remaining on the schedule. They need to win at least one of those games to become bowl eligible. You'd like to win a couple of those games so that you get I don't want to say premium, but you get a notable bowl game to cap off this season because this team's not going to meet expectations. They weren't going to meet expectations if Sam Leavitt was healthy and could play out the remainder of the season. But you want to play in a semi-serious bowl game, or you want to play in the Pop-Tart Bowl if you're producer Evan. So they have to win one of these games the rest of the way. They need to win a couple to get a marquee bowl game. And the question is, can they do it with Jeff Sims at their quarterback spot? Can they do it with him under center? And I do think it is a legitimate question of, can he run this offense efficiently enough? Can he limit the turnovers? It's been a huge problem throughout his career at Georgia Tech, at Nebraska, even here at ASU. It's been an issue. Can he keep those turnovers to a minimum? And oh, by the way, I don't know what Jordan Tyson's future holds either with this team. So you're down your quarterback. You're down probably your wide receiver 1. What happens now for this team? Are they able to put together enough here to get to 7, maybe even get to 8 wins? Because I think they're a better football team than Colorado. I think they're a better football team than West Virginia. I know they're not a better football team than Iowa State coming up this weekend, tomorrow. I know that it's a coin toss against U of A now at the end of the season. So can they get enough victories here to salvage something from this season? That's question number 1. And I don't know the answer. We'll start to see the answer here on Saturday, tomorrow afternoon, when they play Iowa State. I believe that's a 10 o'clock local time kick tomorrow.
I want to say even earlier. I think it might be 9.
You think it's not? No, they would never do that to us. You think it's an 11 a.m. Ames kick? Because they're 2 hours, right, in front of us?
Oh, yeah, then I think it is 10.
I don't know. Here it is. 10 a.m. TNT, HBO Max.
I like the TNT broadcast, by the way. They've done a nice job this year.
So 10 a.m. tomorrow against Iowa State in Ames. I don't like their chances in that game tomorrow. Iowa State, I think, is the better football team. They're 7.5-point favorites. And then it's West Virginia, it's Colorado, it's U of A. Those are the final 3 games of the season after that. You're going to have to win at least one, and hopefully you can win all 3 so you can get to 8 wins and salvage something from this season. But it is a real question mark if they're going to be able to do that. That's the here and now. That's the short term. There's an uneasiness in my stomach about the long term because I mentioned the can of worms that this injury opens. Producer Evan asked me in Buy or Sell if Sam Leavitt would return to ASU next season. His future is up in the air. Just because I bought the take in Buy or Sell doesn't mean that it's a certainty. Doesn't mean that it is a lock that Sam Leavitt is going to come back next season. Before the year, there were conversations about him playing well enough, the team playing well enough, and him riding off into the sunset and going into the NFL draft. Now, I think as the season unfolded and the injury was a problem. By the way, Kenny said today that he's been dealing with it all year. And so I wonder if we look at this season in a whole new context, that he was dealing with this for a majority of the season. And that's kind of the reason why the offense could never really get out of first gear. I do think only having Jordan Tyson and not trusting any of the other receivers did play a role here, but you do wonder how long the injury has been bugging Sam Leavitt, and it's clearly been all season. I don't know if riding off into the sunset and going into the NFL draft is on the table. I think that of the 3 options, and the 3 options are he comes back, he returns to Arizona State, he comes back and he transfers someplace else, or he goes to the NFL draft. I think it's fair to say that going into the NFL draft is third of those three options. I think that is the least likely. He would be going into the NFL draft with his stock at the lowest it's been in his college career. If we consider where he was at the end of the college football playoff run last year, that was the highest his stock was. It has only gone down. Speaking of stocks, we'll get a market update here a little bit later on in the show, but his stock has gone down over the course of this season. So he would be entering a draft that is, I don't want to say loaded with quarterback talent. There's just a quantity of quarterbacks that we think are going to declare. So it just doesn't feel like the right decision. I put that third. So now you have to ask yourself, is he going to stay with ASU or is he going to go someplace else? Now, I think there's only one place he would go, and that's if Kenny leaves, he would go with Kenny to LSU, to Penn State, to Florida, to UCLA, to Florida State, name the big-time institution that might covet Kenny Dillingham. I think if he's coming back, it will be here. He loves it here. I do think he's the type of guy that will take on the unfinished business mantra and use that as a calling card, a rallying cry to motivate himself, to motivate his teammates. I do think he has a respect and an affinity for Kenny Dillingham. And so if Kenny stays, I think Sam stays. That's the other end of this coin, though. The other reason why I'm uneasy today about the future of ASU football is Kenny Dillingham's future is up in the air. I don't know if LSU is going to call. I don't know if Florida is going to call. I don't know if Penn State is going to call. I'm worried that they're going to call. I'm worried that the phone is going to ring. I'm worried that they're going to put an offer out there that's going to put ASU now on the back foot. We championed earlier in the week doing what Nebraska just did with Matt Rule, a 2-year contract extension, paying him through 2032, including a massive buyout for this upcoming offseason so that Matt Rule is not going anywhere and he is not going to be enticed by any of these job offers because of the raise that he got. That's what we want the Sun Devils to do with Kenny Dillingham because I don't want to feel this uneasiness. I don't want to feel worried that the next time Bruce Feldman or Pete Thamel or anybody in the college football space starts talking about these jobs, that Kenny's name is going to come up. I want the Sun Devils to take his name off the table because I think if you take his name off the table, it's way more likely that Sam Leavitt comes back here next season and we run it back with a healthy Sam Leavitt, with a Kenny Dillingham, with a brand new contract extension that is extremely motivated to win games again, to get back to where they were 2 years ago, unfinished business, to right the wrongs of this season. But right now, I can't feel super confident that that's how this is going to go because these are two big unknowns. I don't know what the future holds for both of these guys. And it makes me very uneasy today on a Friday.
And it should. And it should. Like, this is the most cloudy picture of what the future for Arizona State looks like. And I don't think we saw it going this way. But let's face it, we just didn't see the coaching carousel turn to 3 of the biggest jobs in the country.
It exploded.
Be available.
And by the way, we talked about the domino effect of Ole Miss becoming available and what domino that could cause if Lane Kiffin picks one of these 3 jobs. So it's not just the jobs that are currently available. It's the jobs that will open up to fill those vacancies.
And so it's not about the injuries and everything else that has happened to ASU or an underperforming season. It's more about, oh my gosh, what if Kenny leaves? What does that mean for this program? What does it mean for the quarterback that you've recruited that has helped turn this thing around? There are so many questions for what this could truly mean for the future of Sun Devil football. And if Kenny leaves, now you're in a search. And we talked about the other dominoes falling and there's other schools being vacant. Where do you fall on that list of desirable jobs? Does Sam want to stay with a new head coach? Is he going to follow Kenny Dillingham? Will he go somewhere else? You're talking about massive turnover in today's college football. We talked about it with Molly Miller. We found it a little, not odd, but different in today's college sports athletics universe that nobody came with her from GCU.
Right. You look at her roster and there's not a single player that was with her at GCU that came over. And the reason why we pointed it out in our morning meeting when doing prep for the interview is because that's not the norm in college sports. The norm is when you see a headline of this coach, Lane Kiffin, going to Florida, the expectation is you're going to see a bunch of Ole Miss players enter the portal and go with him to Ole Miss. That's what has come with this new territory of NIL, of the transfer portal, of these coaches constantly moving around all over the place. It is a byproduct of it. And so we noticed it this morning when doing prep and looking at the current roster that didn't happen because it is, not saying it's a bad thing, it's just not the norm. The norm is Kenny Dillingham goes somewhere this offseason. There are going to be rumors and stories that think and link Sam Leavitt to following him wherever he goes.
Every interview he takes, there's also going to be the rumor that Sam Leavitt could leave and head to Florida, head to LSU, head to wherever Kenny could interview. That is just going to be the matter of fact that is going to be this offseason, possibly the end of the season. Penn State has already started requesting the interview guys. What could that mean for the rest of this season? I don't think Kenny will take an in-season interview. I just don't think that's him. But that's the kind of conversations that I think we're having.
Coach says Rule getting an extension after being 0-18 versus AP ranked teams at Baylor and Nebraska shows you how panicked these schools are going to become. Yes, it is a basic lesson in economics. It is supply and demand. There are a ton of these jobs out there right now, and these schools want to beat the other schools to the big-time names. Penn State wants to beat Florida to the big-time names. Florida wants to beat Penn State. LSU wants to beat both of them. And LSU, it's its own mess right now. I don't know when they're going to figure that out. I have no idea.
That's its own conversation.
That is its own separate universe right now in the college football world. But until I see a report that Kenny Dillingham got a contract extension, and until I see a social media video with Sam Leavitt saying that he's not leaving, there is going to be this level of uneasiness in the wake of what has been a disappointing ASU season that you're worried that the candle is going to get blown out, right? You're worried that the nice year that you had last year and the excitement that you had at moments during this year is going to completely fade in a hurry here in the offseason. That's the worry that I have. Now, if I had to bet, I expect both of them to stay. But the fact that there is a percentage chance that they leave, and I think it's greater than 20%, that is what makes me worried. Because it doesn't take much for that 20 to 25, 30% that I feel right now to become 40, 50, 60% in the other direction. Doesn't take much, especially in college football. It can happen that fast. And so there is a sense of uneasiness, not only with the 4 games remaining in this calendar for this team, but also what 2026 looks like and gives me a little bit of a pit in my stomach.
And I don't think that's going to go away.
No, not until I see a contract extension and until I see a video from Sam Leavitt telling me that he's coming back next season. Those are the 2 things that will make me feel good, that will remove the pit from my stomach.
And we're not going to get that until a contract is signed.
Yeah, and we may be a couple of weeks away from that. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. You can also join us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube live stream. We got the picks coming up here at about 12:30, 12:35. You want to get involved with that, we'll give out the phone number. We'll tell what caller number we want. The phone number is 480-864-1060. You call in, you make a 3-point play, a 2-point play, a 1-point play. You compete against the show. You either tie or beat us. You get yourself a $50 gift card to Von Hansen's, and you represent Team Listener in the long-standing battle that we've had with the show versus Team Listener in the football picks throughout the course of the season. So stay tuned for that. It's coming up a little bit later on. But when we come back tonight, the Suns back in action. It is an NBA Cup game at home against Utah. Should we care that it is an NBA Cup game? That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
On your ride home from work, join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
If we owned our own football team called the Angry Roosters and we kept signing people to contracts and they weren't honoring their contracts and kept demanding raises, at what point do we throw our hands up and just say no to everybody? We signed you to a contract. Play out your contract, and that's it. You earn a better contract on your next one, we'll pay you for that.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app. As part of the Ford Building Together initiative to build and rebuild communities, Desert Ford dealers and Team Rubicon are helping to rebuild Globe, Arizona following recent flooding. If you'd like to donate to Team Rubicon efforts, visit our website to find a link. Go to donate.teamrubiconusa.org/donation/Ford dealers.
Hello, everybody. Gary, why are you wearing a... Hold on, Ron.
Every time Gary walks in here wearing some goofy costume, you always say, Gary, why are you wearing that?
Yeah, but...
And then it turns into some long-winded story about Alaska vacations.
Yeah, but...
Then Gary says something ridiculous.
Yeah, but...
And you agree that an Alaskication before winter is the best way to prepare for cold weather.
Yeah, but...
And how Alaskan AC guarantees no breakdowns.
Yeah, but...
And all it does is encourage Gary to walk around wearing a stupid-looking ski mask that no person in his right mind would get caught dead wearing.
Yeah, but he's wearing my ski mask.
Keeping my head protected, just like the Alaskication protects your heater.
My ski mask isn't stupid looking.
Look who's wearing it.
I choose to ignore that remark.
Because you know another one is coming.
Take off that stupid ski mask.
See?
And that's why you should schedule your Alaska vacation today.
What did we accomplish here?
I'm not sure, but today is a good day to Alaskify. Schedule now at alaskanac.com.
Jaw-dropping stunts, high-flying tricks, heart-pounding excitement. Nitro Circus is back. The all-new off-the-rails tour. Gravity-defying thrill seekers and world-class daredevils at the top of their game. FMX, BMX, skate, scooter, and everything in between. Experience all new competitions that pit the best against the best in never-been-done showdowns. Nitro Circus. Friday, December 5th. Desert Diamond Arena. Join the action at Ticketmaster.com.
At Winco, we're working to save you money. Every aisle, every department, every day.
9 stores in the Phoenix area, including the new Santan Valley location.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. Well, the Ravens are back, and thanks to the one-man show, Lamar Jackson, now they're back in the playoff picture. After missing 3 games with an injury, Jackson returned Thursday night against the Dolphins, immediately reminding everybody why he's a 2-time MVP. Sharp, efficient, and almost unstoppable. 18 of 23, 4 touchdown passes, and a blowout win over Miami. And it wasn't just a win, it's a statement. The Ravens looked lifeless without their leader, but his return injected instant belief and swagger back into Baltimore's huddle. It was typical Lamar. At 3-5, now climbing back into the playoff picture. But if this version of Lamar is here to stay, the Ravens aren't just alive, they're ready to make some noise. Because when he plays like he did last night, Baltimore doesn't just have a chance, they have hope. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. It's being called the Golden Bonanza Sweepstakes. Thanks to our friends at Mako, the DP Show, proud to be a part of this, giving listeners a chance to join us in San Francisco for Super Week. That's right, a trip for 2, including round-trip coach airfare, 3 nights, hotel stay, ground transportation, and VIP access to see us do our show. If that's not enough, Mako also giving away 5 free paint jobs and 10 Mako and DP Show swag bags as runner-up prizes. It's really simple to enter. You go to danpatrick.com. The best news, you can enter daily for a chance to win. You can also receive a 25% off coupon to use at any Mako shop. Visit any Mako location now for a free estimate and redeem the coupon. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, go to danpatrick.com for official rules. No purchase necessary, void in Alaska, Hawaii, and where prohibited. Open to contiguous U.S. D.C. residents 18 or over. Ends 11/23/25.
The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio is your hub for everything high school and college sports. Join Vince and friends as they give you the full picture on student athletes and where they're heading. Live interviews with coaches across the valley.
Asking some of the tough questions.
Varsity recaps and in-depth interviews with tomorrow's sports stars. The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio. Live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Welcome back into the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. We got the Week 9 picks segment coming up next, about 10 minutes or so from now. The Suns back in action tonight in the middle of a 4-game losing streak, and boy, would tonight be a great night for them to snap that losing streak, not only to get back in the win column, but it also happens to be the first game of their NBA Cup group play stage. They got 4 games in the group stage, tonight against Utah, and then 3 in November when they play Minnesota, at Sacramento, and at Oklahoma City. And this is what, the 3rd year that we've had of the NBA Cup? It was the Lakers that won it the first year. It was the Bucks that won it last year. And I believe this is year 3. Producer Evan, being the businessman that he is over there, is probably searching it up for me, doing a lot of extensive research on the NBA Cup. I do know the group for the Suns this year. They have the Timberwolves, the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sacramento Kings, and the Utah Jazz in their group. That is their pod in the West, one of the 3 West pods for the NBA Cup.
2023, 2024. So 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago was the first inaugural NBA Emirates Cup.
Lakers won that one, right?
That was the Lakers.
Bucks won last year.
Now,
who could it be this year? Could it be the Phoenix Suns? And the way it works, you have to win your group or be the best runner-up of the 3 groups. And I'll just ask a open-ended question out to you, the audience. Do you care about this? Do you care in year 3 now? We've been doing this for now. This is the 3rd season. Do you care about the NBA Cup? Do you care about this in-season tournament? Do you care that tonight, when watching the Suns play basketball, the court is going to look different than it would for any other Suns home game this season? Do you care about this stuff? Does winning the NBA Cup matter to you? Should it matter to you? I know we've kind of poked fun at it here this week that we're all on board, but I do think for teams like the Phoenix Suns, where the playoffs, a deep run, winning the conference, winning the championship is all off the table, just not where this team is at. I do kind of like the idea of having something worth playing for in the season. Now, yes, I hear you. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't earn you anything. You don't get better draft position because of it. You don't earn a spot in the play-in tournament because of it. I get that it really doesn't have a tangible value. And I do think that is the missing ingredient to this that the NBA has to try to figure out. They need to add something. They need to sweeten the pot a little bit other than just money that the players win, that the coaches win, the assistants win. It needs to be a little more than that. It needs to have a little bit of some elevated stakes. But I'll tell you this, Producer Evan, I would be very excited if the Suns won their group, if they were able to go to Vegas, if they were able to play in these games, because for a team that's trying to build a culture, that's trying to build a chemistry, that's trying to lay the foundation, because that's what this season is. It is laying the foundation brick by brick for what this franchise wants to become. Going on a run in the NBA Cup, playing those games in that environment in Vegas, playing those extra games, traveling as a group, knowing that there's a trophy that you could win, that there's an incentive with some money for you to win, that could be the ticket that helps you jumpstart a culture reset, that helps you jumpstart building chemistry. The Suns need to play all the games they can get. And I don't know, while it may feel a little bit like a participation trophy and a consolation prize, are you going to feel bad if the Suns went on a run and won the NBA Cup or played in the semis or in the finals? Would you feel bad that they did that? Or would that be something exciting in this early part of the season to give us positive vibes? To me, the reason why you're all in is because it's zero risk. It's all the reward. And if they're able to do it, if they're able to win this group, it's a tough group. Got Minnesota in there, got Oklahoma City in there, got to win tonight against Utah, right? You have to win these games. But I'm embracing this because I think it is a huge growth and learning opportunity for the Suns. And if they're able to get there, I think it's going to pay off a massive dividend for what this team's trying to do this year. You see what I did there? Dividend?
I just think it's going to be, I did like it. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how they perform when it means something. And I know it's not playing for the NBA championship, but you are playing for some extra money. That has to mean something. That has to,
it doesn't mean
has
nothing.
To get you out of bed.
It doesn't mean nothing, right? It means something. And for a season that I don't know how much it's going to mean, this could mean something. So I'm embracing it. I'm embracing a chance for the Phoenix Suns to maybe shock the world, win this group, get in, and play some meaningful basketball games that could help kickstart their culture. Because those games, the It would be the 9th through the 16th.
I think it could help you show something. I really do. Really think it could help you show something in a changing culture.
It would just be an early win for the franchise. It would be an early win for Jordan Ott. It would be an early win for Brian Gregory. It would be an early win for this change in course, this change in direction. Not winning the whole thing, just if you're able to win this group and you're able to get in, I think that's a win for this organization. I think it's a win for this franchise. And maybe we're making too much of it. Maybe there are people out there that do not care. And I understand why you don't care. But I just think there is a lot that can be gained from this. And so that's why I want to see Jalen Green tonight. I want this to be Jalen Green's debut.
In the NBA Cup.
I want Jalen Green to make his season debut tonight in the NBA Cup. That's what I want.
I just, I understand it means nothing. I don't really particularly care.
Right.
That's the difference. Because this gives you an opportunity. Who cares? An opportunity to really see what it's going to look like at the end of the game in a game that just means a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I'm not calling it the first round of playoffs, but I'm maybe calling it a play-in game. You know, you get out of the group stage, those probably carry the same weight as a play-in game.
Right.
That's the level.
It's just a way for this team to put themselves into just a little bit of a pressure-packed environment that they can learn from and it not be super high risk like the playoffs are. And I think being able to win this group and play in that play-in tournament in Vegas would, I don't know, it would show me that it would be an early marker that they're getting it right. And maybe that's an arbitrary marker that we're making up. But to me, if they were able to do that, that would be a signal of they got this right. Now, listen, they're 1-4. They've lost 4 in a row. There's a long way to go before that. Starts tonight against Utah. Again, I think they have to beat Utah and Minnesota, which is their first 2 cup games. Those are the ones at home. And then they have to steal one in Sacramento or Oklahoma City. We've seen them beat Sacramento already this season. So there's a world where they can get to 3-1 and do this. And if they do, I just think it would be a huge win early on in the season, early on in the Jordan Ott tenure. And I do think it would generate some headlines and it would generate some positive buzz for this team.
People would be excited about it. I really do.
I'm excited about it.
I think people would be surprised. And I think it would bring up the conversation of, have things changed here in Phoenix?
I'll tell you right now. I'm going to a Halloween party tonight. It's not really a full-blown Halloween party. We're just going over with some friends. I'm going to ask them to put the Suns game on.
Are you wearing a costume?
No, because this would be my costume, and I'm not wearing this beyond the moment I get home today.
You didn't have one, though?
I was not planning on wearing a costume. By the way, for those who are just joining us and you're listening to the show, you can check us out over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube side of things. Producer Evan and I dressed up today as businessmen. We are in full suits. I'm not wearing a hat, I think, for the first time in like 6 months on the program.
We have a real job. We dressed up like we have a real job.
Right. And we've been getting market updates in the stock market. We did some real professional journalism in hour number 1 of the show. We had Molly Miller on the program, ASU women's basketball head coach. I mean, we're taking this very seriously today.
NASDAQ up over 1% today.
Again, not financial advice, just sharing the information of the day. I consider changing it from a football Friday to a formal Friday.
I like that.
Because of the suits that we're wearing. And I'll tell you, we can make this a thing on the program. I'm not wearing a suit, though. If we want to do formal Friday moving forward, we just need to make some parameters that I'm not doing a full suit every Friday. I can't do this every week.
Who said it's every week?
Oh, formal Friday could be a thing, you know.
What do we have to wear on formal?
I don't know.
Everybody goes casual Friday, not us.
Right.
We start punching that time card. We go formal Friday.
That's what I'm saying. We zig when everybody else is zagging. We go formal Friday. I thought about that on the drive-in this morning. Just something. It's food for thought over the weekend.
Just some thoughts. But you hate the suit.
Hate the suit. Hate it. I hate it. I don't know how people do this every day. We have presidents, not to get political. Presidents do this every day.
Presidents? How about just sales guys?
Right. Sales guys do this every day. I couldn't do this. Couldn't do it. 480-864-1060 is the phone number. Very important because you're going to need that phone number because it is time for the picks. You compete against us for a chance to win a $50 gift card to Von Hansen's. All you have to do, you got to call in, have a 3-point play, a 2-point play, a 1-point play. You can take any spread in the football world here over the weekend. You can even take Monday night's Cardinals game if you want. You can take an over. That's it. That is what you have to pick from. A 3-point play, a 2-point play, a 1-point play. And if you tie or beat either myself or producer Evan, you win a $50 gift card to Von Hansen's, who's the sponsor of the Picks segment. How about this? Caller number 5 at 480-864-1060. Caller number 5, 480-864-1060. You will play against the show. We'll bring you on the air. Bring it. We've had a lot of great listeners lately bringing it with the content. Need a 3-point play, a 2-point play, and a 1-point play. Caller number 5, 480-864-1060. You'll play against us here in the Pick'em contest. We'll do it next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
Shohei Ohtani had 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They also walked him 5 times, 4 intentionally. They've gotten to the point where he's getting Bonds treatment. I want you to pitch in shame. If you're going to intentionally walk him, I want you to throw the 4 pitches that look silly because you don't want to face him. I don't want it to be, hey, we're going to walk him and I point him to first base. Nope. I want you to acknowledge that you can't get him out and you throw those 4 pitches.
Live Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. right here on KTUS AM 1060 and the KTUS 1060 app.
We finally switched to T-Mobile because with them, we can be connected here and there.
Let's watch a movie.
And we have Netflix included to enjoy our favorite shows and movies.
¿Qué tal esta? Bacanísima, pero ya la vi.
Now the hard part is getting them to agree on a movie.
Switch today and get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI, all on the best network in the U.S. Visit a store, T-Mobile.com, or call 1-800-T-Mobile. 1-800-T-Mobile. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025.
At Nationwide Vision, we help you step into every moment clearly and confidently. From quality eyewear and comfortable contact lenses to comprehensive exams and professional fittings, we make finding your focus a more enjoyable experience than ever. Right now, buy 1 pair of glasses and get the second one free, so you can live bolder, look sharper, and see better. Schedule an appointment today to find your focus.
When is Kate getting here?
Should be any minute. She was on one of her Goodwill treasure hunts.
Treasure hunt? Oh, here she comes. And in an amazing new jacket.
Ready to rock, guys?
You definitely are.
Where'd you get that?
Don't you love it? I got it at Goodwill.
Kate got it at Goodwill. With hundreds of thousands of unique items arriving in store daily, you can get it at Goodwill too. Find your convenient neighborhood location at goodwillaz.org. Nonprofit for good.
Hey, Benjamin, we've got a surprise for you.
What?
You've got brothers!
Huh?
$50 and $200 bills just like you.
Hey.
What's up? What?
We just got them for joining America First Credit Union and opening a new checking account.
And you're all going to live together at America First.
What? This is nice.
For a limited time, new members get a $250 cash bonus when they open a checking account with direct deposit or $50 with a youth checking account. So head to AmericaFirst.com and get your money working today. Membership eligibility, terms, and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you could rewind 10 years, what would you do differently? Buy Apple stock at $20? Skip the Ghost Pepper Challenge? Maybe even rethink the skinny jeans. Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Some regrets are harmless, termite damage isn't. You can't go back in time, but you can keep termites from eating your future. Call 602 Blue Sky today for your free termite inspection. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
I got my first real 6-string.
Brian Adams, Roll with the Punches Tour 2025. A night full of hits, live at PHX Arena, Saturday, November 15th. With special guest Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
KTUS AM 1060 is your home for the Jim Rome Show.
This is what I mean when I say that was a collapse for the ages. An all-time tank job. Not only did the Giants lead 19-0 going into the fourth quarter, they scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and they still lost. The Giants were 99.8% to win that game, according to ESPN. But according to the Broncos, the number was actually 0.0%.
Here on KTUS AM 1060 and on the KTUS 1060 app.
This might be a rough one for team listener. Producer Evan, this might be a free win for us. Now, it does look like the phones were acting up during the break. So I'm going to give team listener one more opportunity, okay? I'm even going to not even say caller number 5. We're going to go caller number 2, 480-864-1060 to participate against us here in the Pick'em contest. If not, you know what that means?
It's an automatic loss.
Matthew last week.
You felt like you built momentum.
Right. He took the rock. He picked up the 4 or 5 yards. We got the first down. Things were moving, keeping the drive alive. And this feels like you're throwing the pick 6 the other direction. So caller number 2 now, since we're going to give you a second shot at this, 480-864-1060. You can make selections and represent team listener. In the meantime, we're just going to move on because you know what? We've got a competition here. There are picks that you and I have to make.
We do, and you're up only 3 points on the season. And you have a 3 in the bag.
Well, I was just going to say that's not entirely accurate because I have a 6-point lead.
Technically, you're up 6, but
can we haven't really talked about this much throughout the program. The easiest 3 points of all time. I think it's the easiest 3 points I've gotten all season.
Yeah, probably. Probably is.
I mean, I didn't sweat it at all. There wasn't a single sweat.
No. Nope, not at all.
Which means you're up.
All right.
Matthew wants to clarify and says he believes I scored, not just got the rock moving in the right direction. Well, Matthew, if we take that as the analogy, then on the ensuing kickoff, your teammates allowed a kick
Fumble.
return for a touchdown. So the game's tied now.
Yep. My picks.
Yeah, you have 3 to make. So there's a lot of work for you to do here.
Starting with the 1-point play.
Okay.
Got an interesting game this week. I like this game. Houston.
I would hope
taking on Denver in Houston. I like the over. And by the way,
you know what?
Just went down from 40.5 to 39.5. I'm going to take the over 39.5.
You know what this is? You know what this is, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody, get closer to your radio for a second. I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a behind-the-scenes radio secret right here. This is somebody who's scared. This is somebody who watched me add 3 points already before the weekend has even started.
It's a 1-point play.
I now have a 6-point lead, and he's breaking out an over as his 1-point play. This is somebody who is petrified that by the end of the weekend, I'm going to have a massive lead. You're pressing a little bit.
That's not pressing.
You're rolling the dice. Big risk.
I just want to say I've played 2 overs this year. Oh, well, I've played 1.
This
is my second. I'm 1 for 1. And the other one was a 3-point play in Seattle and Pittsburgh. The over 39.5.
I mean,
same number. Anytime give me under 40, I'm taking it.
I was just going to say, I do have a hard and fast rule just off of vibes. If you give me an NFL total in the 30s, I'm taking it.
39.5.
So I hear you. But boy, do I think that this is you pressing a little bit.
Broncos at Texans. My second one. Jags taking on the Raiders in Vegas.
Oh, no. You're going to go against your own team here?
Give me the Jags -3.
No. You're all over the place today. Taking it over, going against one of your squads. Boy. What's next? Green Bay? Minus the 14.5, 12.5, whatever it is?
No, it's 12.5. And I'm sitting on the other side. No, I'm just kidding.
Look at the Panthers. 3-point play now.
My 3-point play. This team has been probably the most confusing in football. Atlanta travels to play New England this week.
True.
I like the Patriots -5.5 at home. Give me the MVP of the league. Atlanta looked really bad last week.
I agree. And this makes a great segue because New England -5.5 is my 1-point play. The only thing that concerns me about this game is New England is still a team on the younger side of their competitive life cycle. And you tend to see these types of teams trip and fall every once in a while. And I don't think New England has really tripped and fell in a big way this season. And Atlanta has looked competent at times, and it looks like they're going to have Michael Penix Jr. back for this game. So I do worry about Atlanta somehow being able to keep this game close into the fourth quarter because New England, they're not Buffalo, right? They're not Philadelphia, Green Bay, Indiana, or Indianapolis. They're not any of these teams where you just feel like they're going to be able to take control and stay in control. So I'm just worried a little bit. So I'm hedging, but I like New England -5.5. My 2-point play.
The one thing in that game, by the way, it is official as of an hour ago. Drake London will play in that one.
So Michael Penix Jr. looks like he's going to be back. Drake London back. I wonder if that line shortens up as we get closer to Sunday.
You'd have to imagine.
My 2-point play. I said it when we did the look ahead in hour number 1 of the show. I don't think there is a single excuse for this game to be competitive. You are a home team. You are the better football team. You are playing a team that is completely out of whack right now, and they are turning back to a quarterback that was not good when he was on the field before he got hurt. Give me the Detroit Lions minus the 8.5 here as my 2-point play. I don't know what I'm missing about this game. The Lions have been good all season long outside of those first 2 weeks. Minnesota, the last month, has been anything but. Reports flying all over the place there in Minnesota that things aren't going well, that there's vibes are not good. They're going back to J.J. McCarthy. The whole nonsense with Carson Wentz, should they have played him? Did they do too much? All of it leads me to think there's no chance that they should win this game. And I love Kevin O'Connell. No chance they should win this game. Detroit minus 8.5 is my 2-point play. And my 3-point play this week, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens minus the 7.5. Oh, wait, I already did that yesterday. 3 points in the bank. Thank you very much, Lamar Jackson.
On the season, you're currently up 6 points. That's including last night's 3-point play. Are you nervous at all?
Nervous about what? You?
Yeah, I just want to be very clear. This could go tied if you don't get 2, and no, it could because we both have New England. So I just
right. I will walk
because you took the Patriots. You protected yourself from me tying you.
I will walk in here on Monday still in the lead of the picks contest going into double-digit weeks.
Yeah, by the least amount one.
And oh, by the way, we still haven't decided what the punishment is.
Yeah, we have to do that soon.
Is it? I mean, I was thinking we could do the traditional 24 hours at a.
I think that's great.
Like a Waffle House.
We could do some social content there.
Yeah, I just don't.
We could have everybody come meet me at the Waffle House.
I like how you already know that it's going to be you. You should come meet me at the Waffle House, not
come meet us.
Yeah, very good that you're already aware of what's happening.
I just want to be very clear. A lot of game left.
Oh, there's plenty of time left.
A lot of game left.
And I don't know if we could do 24 hours. I don't know if my wife would be okay with that. I do have a family that relies on me to.
You do. 24 hours. I could fit that in.
Right. If we do it on a weekend, I stand a better chance of being able to do it. But like, I drop my daughter off at school every day. Like, I got to be able to make that. So,
you have real responsibility.
I mean, look at how I'm dressed today. Of course,
I show up here. I produce this show from 11 to 1.
You could be at the Waffle House by 1:15, 1:30. That's fair enough. There you have it. The Week 9 picks. I have myself a 6-point lead. Got some help last night from the Baltimore Ravens, but a 6-point lead going into the weekend. So we'll recap it all for you on Monday. And shout out to Von Hansen's, the sponsor of the Picks segment, located at Alma School just between Elliott and Warner in Chandler. They're known for their sausage and brats. Over 100 varieties of sausage and brats made fresh in their Chandler store smokehouse. This is your one-stop shop. They've got everything: meats, beer, wine, barbecue rubs, wood chips, even all-natural dog food for your pup. They've been in Chandler for 18 years, serving the best meats in the Valley. So check them out. Alma School, just between Elliott and Warner in Chandler, or you can go online at vonhansensmeats.net. When we come back, we wrap up the Halloween, the Football Friday, the Formal Friday edition of the lunch break before we get out of here into the weekend. We got the leftovers, all the stories we didn't get to throughout the course of the program. We will get to them next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
Oklahoma City taking out everybody on their way to a championship. One of the youngest, I think the average 26 years old, Rich. As long as they have the Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan machine, or at least one person on that team, hopefully it's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They have a chance. And listen, it's human nature to be the best and think, I'll be the best again. And then you fall short. I'm going to say Oklahoma City will not go back-to-back.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
'Tis scratches season, and all through the state, the Arizona Lottery is giving people something to celebrate. Grab your friends and gather round for the chance to win $250,000 with cash countdown. Peppermint-scented candy cane cash is available at any Arizona Lottery retailer in a flash. Gift these and 4 more games for any reason, because there are more than $80 million in prizes this season. This year and all, we wish you a happy holiday. From Arizona Lottery, love to play.
At Winco, we're working to save you money. Big savings on top quality meat, produce, seafood, and deli. Bakery fresh breads, cakes, and cookies made daily in store. Low prices on top quality national brands and thousands of our own private label. In every aisle, every department, every day.
9 stores in the Phoenix area, including the new Santan Valley location.
Another season of ASU women's basketball starts right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils Monday, November 3rd as they begin their 2025-26 season against Coppin State. With new head coach Molly Miller, ASU looks to reach new heights on the court. Join Jeff Munn on the call live this Monday night. Pregame starting at 6 p.m. and tip-off at 6:30 right here on KDUS AM 1060, online at KDUS1060.com, and streamed on the KDUS 1060 app.
Back to wrap up today's edition of the program. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. We know you got choices. We appreciate you making us part of your day. Do you have any big Halloween plans tonight, Bruce Revan? You doing anything? Having a Halloween party?
No Halloween party. You know, I'm sure my friends and I will go out. I have a combined costume with my girlfriend. I'm going to be the fox from Zootopia.
Oh, that's right. You told me about this earlier in the week. Yeah.
Yeah, that was easy.
Are you leaving?
Went over to Nordstrom Rack, picked up the stuff I need. I'm going to wear this tie.
Are you leaving candy out on the porch?
No, like, honestly, last year, everybody was kind of gone by 8. So that frees up my night a little.
So you'll be at home.
Handing out some candy early.
Okay, and then you'll go out on a Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Handing out some candy. By the way, I don't know about you. I'm a king-size bar house.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go over to Costco.
That's a lot of inventory you gotta carry.
Get the king-size bars. We got 2 boxes last year. That got us through. We had 1 extra bar.
So you're just going with the same 2 this year? You didn't get a third just in case?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you have in the leftovers for us today?
If we run out, we'll turn off the lights.
You'll just leave early for your party.
Yeah.
You'll just be like, you know what? Gotta go.
Leftovers. World Series Game 6, Game 7. Figured we'd touch on it. Blue Jays hold a 3-2 lead, returning home to Toronto. Yamamoto hitting the mound for the Dodgers in a must-win against Kevin Gausman tonight. If they do get to Game 7, both starters are TBD, but the rumor of Shohei Ohtani not only pitching in the game, but also playing the outfield is alive and well, thanks to Dave Roberts.
Yeah, I'm rooting for a Game 7, not just because my prediction before the series started was Blue Jays in 7, but because Dave Roberts opened the door for us to potentially see one of the greatest things that the sport of baseball has ever seen. Shohei Ohtani could start Game 7 as the DH.
Might be an opener.
He could be an opener, or he could come in for 1 inning of relief in that game, and then to keep his bat in the game after that, they could double switch him into the outfield. That is 100% on the table in a Game 7. So just because that is a possibility, I would like to see a Game 7 tomorrow.
Let me ask you a question. Can you even do this? I'm going to ask a crazy question. If you double switch a DH out of the DH role, then the pitcher has to hit, correct?
If he starts as the pitcher, if he's the opener, and he goes into the DH spot, I think I wonder how that would work. Dave Roberts it was explained in the ESPN story. Let me see if I can find it.
If he's the opener, if he starts the game,
he's listed as the pitcher, right?
Then he can just come out and be the DH, like any other day that he pitches and is the DH. But if he comes in out of the bullpen, now you're taking a DH,
right?
And making him a pitcher.
In order to keep him in the game, if they use him as a reliever, he would have to go into the outfield.
He would have to go into the outfield. So the only possible way that happens is if he comes in as a reliever instead of an opener.
Here we go. I'm going to read this directly from the ESPN story that was on this yesterday. If Ohtani enters as a reliever after starting the game as a designated hitter, the Dodgers will lose their DH.
Yeah.
If he enters as a reliever after starting as a DH, he will need to play a position to remain in the game once his mound appearance is over. Ohtani can stay in the game as a DH if he is also the starting pitcher. So, like you said, if he starts the game, he can remain as the DH. If he wants to come in as a reliever, once they switch him from DH to the pitcher spot, they lose the DH.
But he would be the pitcher spot for as long as he pitches. So if you get 2 innings of him,
right,
he's now the pitcher spot.
And if you want to keep him in the game after that and go to a different pitcher, you have to put him in the outfield. Just because that's the position that he could play.
I think you need to be in a crazy scenario to do that.
It's game 7. It's a crazy scenario once you show up to the ballpark.
But yes, certainly. You need to be a 2-run lead, 1-run lead. It needs to be a tight lead for me to risk my DH spot in that position. Do you agree?
I mean,
because you take a bat out of the lineup.
Sure, but if I'm down 2-1 and we're in the 5th or 6th inning, and I can get 2 innings out of Ohtani that gets me to the 8th, and then we're in the late stages of the game, and I'm still down a run, I need Ohtani's bat still in the lineup if his spot's going to be due up.
Obviously, that's not even part of the discussion of taking his bat out of the lineup.
So then I think I'm okay. I'll trust Dave Roberts to empty his bench and just pinch hit every time the pitcher spot comes up after that.
Yeah. So I guess it's all matchups.
It's all going to depend on where Ohtani's spot is in the order when they do this, how often he'll come up the rest of the game, where they put the pitcher spot when they make that change. All of it matters.
That's what I was going to ask too, is do you move him in the lineup?
Well, no, it's not about
the pitcher spot accordingly. I don't even know how that would work. Has this ever happened before?
I mean, he's a unicorn. No, we've never even remotely discussed possibilities like this. That's why
he's never come into the game as a reliever after starting as DH.
And that's why I want it so bad tomorrow. Because the drama of Game 7 also added
with a scenario we've never seen.
A one-of-one player doing something incredible. There is a world where he will pitch, hit, and field in the same game. He's done that before. He played in the outfield with the Angels.
I was going to say, that's happened before.
But to do it in Game 7 of the World Series after you would have won the night before, to force a Game 7, to try to win a second straight championship, I mean, it would be theater that baseball couldn't dream up if they wanted to.
No, not at all.
Ohtani doing all of that this is Rob Manfred's dream.
The last 2 years have been Rob Manfred's dream.
Yeah. The Dodgers being in it with
you
Ohtani.
Get Yankees, Dodgers last year. This year, you get a series that's been awesome that we both believe will go to 7 tonight. And you have the possibility of Ohtani playing the field, pitching, and DHing all in one game. Those are serious prospects. Rob Manfred is living a dream.
Yeah, it's great for the sport. And as much as I don't like the Dodgers, it's exciting for the sport.
Really is. Really is. If you had to take a team right now.
Tonight
and tomorrow.
I'll take the Blue Jays to close it out tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I think I think that environment is going to just be absolutely electric.
It's going to be.
Trophy's going to be in the building.
Certainly, Trophy's going to be in the building. Needs to be.
So that buzz in that entire stadium is going to be insane.
Roof closed. You gotta close.
Just a sound garden, just a sound wall while you're playing.
By the way, the renovation to that place looks really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little ballpark up there.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. Bleacher Report wrote a story this morning in our last story about every trade that every team in the NFL should make. The Cardinals trading for Breece Hall in this one.
They're not going to do that. They should have done it 2 weeks ago when we first talked about them doing it in the wake of the injury to Trey Benson after James Conner already suffered a season-ending injury. And then they watch their season completely fall off the rails, and they're 2-5, and they don't know who their quarterback's going to be on Monday. Other than that, things are great, though, for the Arizona
Very
Cardinals.
positive about the Cardinals' outlook.
Couldn't be more positive. Everybody have a great weekend. We're back on Monday recapping the Suns NBA Cup action. We'll get you ready for Monday Night Football. The Cardinals take on the Cowboys. Have a safe Halloween. Have a safe weekend. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Jim Rome is next. See ya.